Alright guys, in the last video we made it so we can delete experiences. So now I want to do the same for education. I'm just going to make this a little smaller. And what we'll do is copy the put request to add an experience and the delete request to delete an experience. So we want those two routes. And we'll paste that in. Let's go to the add experience. So this we're going to change to education. So just Control D a couple times, change this to education. So the route is going to be API profile education. And as far as the fields here, these are going to be a little different. We're going to do school is going to be required. So we'll go ahead and change that. So school. And then degree. Let's say degree is required. Field of study is also going to be required, as well as from. So I'm going to keep from there, and I'm just going to add field of study. Okay, so that's our validation. Let's go down. Now the data is a little different. Instead of title, let's do school, and let's see, degree, and then field of study. From's good, to, current, description, that can all stay. And then we'll do the same down here. So I'm just going to copy these three and replace these three. And change this to new edu, since this is an education, not an experience. All right, and then the logic here is pretty much the same. We're just going to do, let's see, we're going to find the profile, and we're going to take education, and we're going to add on to that edu, and then we're going to save the profile and return it. Okay, so pretty easy. Now for the delete, let's do the same thing. We'll replace this stuff. Let's see, that. I'm just doing Control D to select all the experience, and I'm going to switch it out for education. And let's change this to edu ID. Delete education from profile. Change this to edu. Let's see, remove index. So profile education. This is going to be edu ID. And profile education splice, that's good. Save. All right, so this looks pretty good. So make sure that, you know, if you're following along, yours matches this. And we should be able to now add an education and delete. So let's head over to Postman. And I'm going to, let's see, this is add an experience. What we can do is duplicate these. Let's duplicate this and rename it to add education. And we'll change this to education. Headers, that should be the same. Body, we're going to change some of this stuff. So school. Let's say Northern Essex College. What else do we have here? Degree. Let's say associate's degree. What else do we have? Field of study. Oh, stuffy. So field of study, let's do computer science. And then from, I'll say, let's do 8. We'll say 8 to, I don't know, 2003. And we don't want current, we want this to be 2. So from 2003 to, let's do 3/4 2005. And then description. got associates in computer science. All right, so let's try to add this. So we get our profile back, and let's check out the education array, and you can see Northern Essex College has been added. Awesome. So let's add one to delete so we can test that out. I'll just say test school, and I'll just keep all the same stuff because I'm going to delete it. So we'll send, and that's been added. So I'm going to grab the ID now, and let's duplicate the delete. Actually, I'm going to rename that to just delete experience. Okay, and then I'll go ahead and duplicate it since it's very similar, and we'll rename it. So we'll say delete education. And let's see, for the URL, we're going to do profile/education and then paste in that ID. And let's try it out. We'll send, gives us our profile back, and you can see that that education was deleted from the array. All right, so pretty easy. So in the next video, I want to, let's see, we're pretty much done with the profile aside from the GitHub thing. So we want to be able to get repositories for anybody that puts their GitHub username in. Now, if you watch the first version of the course, we did all this on the client side, which was kind of a mistake on my part, or not. I guess it's not a mistake, just a bad practice. You know, you have to register your GitHub application, and you get an API key. And I put the API key right in the front end, which isn't really a good idea because they could find that and use that. So what we're going to do is put all that stuff on the back end, and we're only going to return repositories. We're going to make the actual request to GitHub from our back end rather than from React, like I did in the first version of the course. All right, so we'll do that in the next video.